Welcome to the Aquaflow Crypto Lab. In June, I posted this tweet about XRP printing green flags for a potential bull market. This was an early sign that XRP would blow up in the future. And shout out to CoinKid for retweeting my tweet. It's been more than 1 month since my last YouTube video, yet everything I said has come into play. Today we have a busy schedule. We are going to start with the big picture chart. If you've been a long-time subscriber, you know that this chart is the most accurate chart you'll find out there. It has predicted everything that has happened so far. Then we'll move to the cloud chart. The third chart will be the string chart. This line has been very effective at highlighting key levels of support and resistance. And last but not least, it's time to talk again about the Moonshot chart, so if you are ready, let's begin. If you were skeptical about the use of technical analysis, this chart should have reconciled you with it by now. This is the chart that kept our emotions under control when we were still there. And everybody was calling to the moon. But not us, we said no moon before reaching the green moon zone. After this, we got rejected once again, right? We came back down to test the bull market support. But as you can see, it didn't hold, we crossed it and we came back up, but this time to test it as a resistance. This was the first warning sign that we were in an official bear market. The second sign was this candle, with the full body closing below the bull bear band in green when we were there, then it turned orange, and for the first time in a very long time it turned red, and this was the second sign that we were officially in a bear market. And this is exactly why we waited so long before being hopeful again. Thus we got rejected here, and here. We knew that the bull market would continue as long as we were not able to cross the bull market support and the last resistance circle to make it finally to the moon zone. In the meantime, with XRP testing the mountain indicator just right here, we knew that these bottoms were major. And with XRP holding this green support, this led us to the cross of the last resistance circle for the very first time in the whole XRP history. And this was the very proof of the indecision of the market, because we were inside the last resistance circle, but we were still below the bull market support with the blue dots. We even tested the bull market support just right here, but we got rejected to the downside. Hopefully, the green line was still there to hold us, and finally, with this candle, let me clear the chart a little bit. So, I was saying that with this candle, this very candle, which is key, right? With this candle, which was the very candle that closed inside the moon zone, right? This was the very first candle in the whole XRP history that closed inside the moon zone. So we know that this was very positive, right? But we were still below the bull market support with the blue dots. And with this candle, we were the first to point out that from now, XRP could transition into a bull market. And what happened after the first candle closing in the moon zone? We got our first pump. Is it a coincidence that the price pumps significantly just after making it in the moon zone? I don't think so. And after this, what did I say? I said that XRP was officially in a transition phase. Indeed, as you can see, the bull bear band was red and it turned orange. I also said that if history repeats, this could last multiple weeks. Why? Just look what happened in the past, right? The band was red, it turned orange. We have the price penetrating the band, right? Making it inside the band. We have the price going above the bull market support with the blue dots. So the situation was very similar. So for multiple weeks we were in the band. We have our first breakout. We came back down to retest the bottom of the band, right? We kept it as a support for multiple weeks, and then we have our second breakout outside the band above it. And here you can see how it played out beautifully. Why? Because we were in the exact same situation. We have our pump, we came back down to retest the bottom of the band, even if we didn't quite touch the bull market support, right? But we came back down. Then we stayed inside the band for multiple weeks before our final pump, right? And we made it out of the bull bear band above it. So now what can we expect? Again, let's look left. After the breakout, what did we do? We came up and then we came back down to retest the bottom of the band. It was a bloody support because we penetrated the band deeply, but we held it as a support as we closed inside it. Then again, we had a second breakout and we came back down to retest the band once again. So we tested the bottom of the band first and then we tested the top of the band. But what you have to understand is to consider the band as an area of support. We can test the bottom of it or the top of it, but it's still about testing the band. This is key. This is why right now, what you can see is the retest of the band. So this is no surprise to see this retest. As I speak, the price has not touched the top of the band, but it is quite close. And right now, the top of the band is around 64 cents. Be aware that if we are very bullish, this could be our retest candle, but if history repeats again, expect a retest of the band by touching it. Remember, what matters the most is that the price made it above the band, right, and is coming back down to retest the area of the band. And now, if we stay above it, XRP should have bright days ahead of it. I am proud to announce that we can officially say that XRP is in a bull market. And this will keep on being true as long as XRP doesn't go below the bull market support with the blue dots and below the bull bear band. So this means that XRP could of course go back down, all the way down, right, until this even pierce it, but as long as we close above these lines, we are fine. Of course, I don't say that XRP will go down like this, right? But if we do, you have to stay calm because you know that this area is now a very big support. And as long as we stay inside this area when we retest it, we are fine. I hope it's clear. We can switch to the next chart. Okay, so this is the cloud chart. This chart has been very accurate also. The most important indicator on this chart is the cloud chart with the red areas, the orange areas, and the green areas. This indicator is very good at detecting if we are in a bull or in a bear market. As you can see, once we crossed it and we have a full body of a candle closing below it, we were in a bear market. And we stayed inside this bear market for a while, right? The price was not able to make it above the clouds, okay? And then we have an official breakout. We came back down to retest the cloud as a support, and thanks to this, we went up, right? Then we kept this as a support because we have this candle closing still inside the cloud, right? Then it was a support again before another cross and a body of a candle closing below the cloud. And that's how we knew that we were in a bear market. We stayed inside this bear market for a long time also, right? And here we had our official breakout with this candle closing above the cloud. And then we have this nice period of consolidation, right? With the price closing inside the cloud, but never below it. This was the proof that the cloud was a solid support. In the meantime, we have the green line. The green line is very important too, because as you can see, During the bear market, the green line was a resistance, right? Resistance, 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 because we have no body of a candle closing above the green line, right? And the very first body closing above the green line was this candle. And what happened after this? Moonshot, right? This is a very, very similar scenario just right here. Why? Because here, just after crossing the green line, we used it as a resistance again. We were in a bear market during this entire phase. We tested it. We got rejected to the downside, but we had our breakout above the cloud. So we held the cloud as a support, right? And for the very first time in a long time, we closed this candle above the green line. This is key. This is exactly what happened with this candle, right? So now we have this candle closing above the green line and we have a moonshot. So this chart is also saying that we are officially in a bull market. Now, the bad news, right? We always have bad news. As you can see on this chart, we have also the buy-sell indicator. As you can see, this indicator is very good at catching major bottoms and major tops. Look, here it was a major top, right? And the indicator detected it. Here it was a major bottom, right? And we have this huge moonshot inside the bear market. Here again, it was a great buying opportunity compared to what the price did in the future, right? From here to here, it was huge gains, right? And here again, it was a small sell signal and we came back down. And if you think it's not a lot, just look. If we measure the move, you can see that it was almost minus 30%. So it was a lot. Then again, we have this sell signal and the SEC sell-off just after it. So it was not a coincidence. And of course, we have our most recent top that was just right here. And we have the sell signal. And recently, we had a sell signal after hitting the green resistance and we came back down. And again, it was an important move because if we measure the move, you can see that it was again almost 30%. So right now, once again, we have an important move to the downside. And if we measure it, so far, it has been 25%, okay? So do not worry if XRP went from 95 cents to 70 cents. This is all part of the plan. Now that we have this huge move to the upside and we have the cloud that proved that it was a very strong support, we can say in the future that this cloud will keep on being a support. It's time to move to the next chart, the string chart. Okay, so now this is the string chart. It will be quick because the same principles apply to this chart. This is very straightforward. When it is green, we are in a bull market. When it is red, we are in a bear market. And you can see how accurate this chart is because from here, we knew that we were in a bear market and we used this line as a strong resistance. Then we have a breakout and we test as a support. And after this, as a support every time. Then we have this candle closing below the line. And once again, we were in a bear market. We stayed in this bear market for a long time, right? And then we have our breakout. Retest of the line as a support this time successfully. And we have our pump. So another chart, same conclusion, we are officially in a bull market. But how long will it last? Only time will tell. And the last chart we are going to talk about today is the Moonshot chart. This chart is one of my favorite charts for XRP and you already know about it if you are a long-time subscriber. Let me quickly remind you what it is about. We have the yellow line, right? And the green line. When the yellow line touches the green line, we have a huge move in the market. Look, here we have the yellow line coming down, and as soon as it has touched the green line, we have this huge move in the market. Once again, we have this bounce from the yellow line, and then we have the cross. And from this, we knew that we were officially in a bear market. And look what happened after this. We have the price trending below the green line, coming back up, and we have the yellow line coming to retest the green line, but it did not manage to cross above it, and because of this, we have the price coming down like this, and that led us to our bottom. Then we have the yellow line trending down like this, below the green line, and we have an official cross of the yellow line above the green line, and this time it was official. We have our first moonshot in a long, very long time. And despite the SEC sell-off with the plunge of the price just like this, we knew that the yellow line was still above the green line with no cross. This meant that we were still in a bull market. This is why you need to control your emotion. According to this indicator, we were still in a bull market. After this, we have the yellow line crossing the green line once again, and we know that we were officially in a bear market. We had our bottom, okay? And now again, look what happened. We have an official cross of the yellow line above the green line. This is major because this signals that we are in a bull market. And as you can see, as soon as we had that cross, we have our pump. So now I can confidently say that XRP is in a bull market. I have all the arguments to say that. And this is the first time in years, guys, that all my indicators are pointing to the same direction. I'm currently working on new indicators that should detect the tops of XRP. If you want to know more about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like my content, please give me a thumbs up. That's all for today's video, and as always, time will tell.